Okay, so before we move into the next subject, I'd just like to say something about the issue of money printing. Did anybody read here that last week a couple of senators in the U.S. introduced a new bill for a new gold standard? It happened last week. So I think that as an ex-banker myself, I think that we're going to get back into that. There's no way out of that. As everybody said in the panel, we cannot keep printing money, and you're absolutely right. We learn by pain, and huge pain in the markets today. A lot of people in Europe are going to lose their pension funds. That is a reality right now, because the euro is a broken currency. So having said that, let's get into our last discussion of the day. It's called Investment Landscape and the State of the VC Industry. I have two panel members, Saeed Al Darmaki, CEO of Sheesha Finance. Please come to the stage. And Oliver von Wolff, co-founder and CEO of Helion Ventures. Please. Yeah, guys. You have microphones there.
Right hand first.
Right hand
Arabic
first, okay.
culture.
Hi everyone, nice to be here today. Thank you, Gustavo, for the nice words for the beginning. My name is Oliver von Wolff. I'm originally from Germany. I'm coming out of the old industry. What I mean, it's like banking and real estate, very boring nowadays. And since 2019, I changed to blockchain and crypto. I was group CFO and investor in a company in Germany. We were number 3, issuing a full regulated a Bitcoin ETN on the German Stock Exchange, on the Xetra. Then I was co-founder here in Dubai from Crypto Oasis, and GP from Sentio. It's the fund from Crypto Oasis, or the product. And now since a couple of months, I'm a co-founder and shareholder of Helion Ventures. We are venture capitalist and venture building. We're most likely investing in two kinds of companies. The first one is early stage token, so it's the same more or less what I did before. And the other one is blockchain fintech projects, with a bit more focus on infrastructure.
Perfect. Saeed.
Thank you. Hi, Saeed Al Darmaki, founder and CEO of Sheesha Finance. I've been in the blockchain and crypto space for 6 years full-time. Before that, I worked in Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, one of the largest global sovereign wealth funds. I went from the lowest risk asset class, which was fixed income and treasury, into crypto overnight. Interesting journey so far. Still learning, still communicating with people, still connecting with people. Good to have a small crowd here at the end of the day, so we can talk casually here. I don't know if Helion invests in equity in companies. We're doing our seed round, but we'll talk after.
You can send the documents,
So, Oliver, you started by talking about what do you do, what your company's doing. Can you go a bit deeper? What do you actually invest in? Remember, there may be some people that are looking for funds or investments.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, you have to consider which kind of stage the industry is. So we are not still in the stage of a real full regulated products and institutional products. Even the demand is growing, and if you look to JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, they're all looking for this, let's say, access to the market, but it's still, let's say, in a very early stage. But we also have been grown up, the blockchain and crypto community, let's say, or the ecosystem. So we're not anymore on the part of only friends and family investments. We also, and actually Helion try exactly to fill this niche. So on the one side, we're working together with full regulated companies like investment banks and other family offices and asset managers to fulfill all standards what a full regulated company or venture capitalist would have to fulfill, And on the other side, we're still keeping open with not being full regulated by the markets and not to take, let's say, our opportunities on the market to invest in future unicorns, let's say.
Yeah, I guess the issue that was discussed before is it's just that we're in an unregulated market when it comes to some digital assets. Saeed, what are you investing in? What are your main preoccupations today?
Yeah, I've been angel investing for the last 6 years. I sold all my assets 6 years ago, put it into Bitcoin, and then from Bitcoin I started angel investing even in the ICO days. Made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, cried a lot, laughed a lot. But yeah, I think it's always been very early stage. Angel investor, one of the first few checks in a lot of companies, advised a lot of startups along the way, and I've been on the board of several crypto companies over the years. But now my focus has been more onto incubating and strategically advising Web3 startups through Sheesha Finance, which we've been doing for the last 9 months, I would say. The first 9 months we launched, we deployed about $7 million US dollars into 40 projects. And then we pivoted to becoming an incubator accelerator, and we added another 30 projects over the next 9 months. So we have 75 projects or around that in the portfolio at the moment. We're talking to a lot more projects. This has been the busiest period of the business, even though the market and the token side of things are not looking great, but the actual business is going great because a lot of serious founders and serious people want to build something in this time. When it's a bear market, people build. When it's a bull market, people shout and hype and everything, so or jump on the bandwagon. But we're here for the long term. We want to build for the long term. We want to help people build. So that's been my focus. But investment-wise, I've always been an angel investor.
Right. Yeah, long term is definitely the main word for all of us. But Oliver, now going a bit more granular into what you do, what are the main criteria that you use to select a company? If I came with a company to you, would say, what would you be looking into to see if I'm a good company or not good company for you to invest in?
I think that's one of the main things nowadays. Always in beer markets, you're like, you should do a better or proper due diligence. And I hope I'm not disappointing now many people when I say I'm not so unhappy about the current market situation, because the market get a bit more serious. Let's say the market is get a bit more like filtered, so the people with a long-term focus are staying, and I think it's very good for the market. And in all new markets, you have this kind of up and downs, and also like a bit cleaning of the market, let's say, or clearing of the market. So I think that's, but of course, what we're doing, we going to a full due diligence. It means we proving all important aspects of a startup company. It starts with the legal frame, with the organization structure, even with contracts. What kind of contracts there are? Is there a real user case? Who's the management? Who's the team? So we do a very proper due diligence, let's say, what takes a lot of time sometimes. Our crypto analyst is even working like 15 or 3 weeks, 15 days to like 3 weeks on one due diligence. We have a lot of calls with these companies, yeah, and really to understand what they're doing, to understand where they want to go, because especially if you invest not in tokens, if you invest in equity, it's at least a mid-term run. So, and then you have to know what you're doing. Yeah. So from this side, I'm very happy that this market gets a bit more serious, let's say, because there were a lot of players on the market, promised a lot of things, and I would say Helion is one of the companies we not just want to promise something, we also want to, let's say, fulfill and reach our goals. And this is finally to take care about investors' money and about our own money, because in every investment, what we're doing, we have our own equity in my partner and me.
Before we go to Saeed, what sort of average timing is involved from the moment you meet a company for the first time to the time you actually invest?
Yeah, you find this on our website. It's approximately 30 days.
That's actually quite short. 30 days.
Yes, and you have also to consider we have an investment committee, so the project comes in, pre-due diligence, then comes a proper due diligence, like really deep due diligence.
I was saying that I'm running PR and marketing company, and we are doing a lot of things for the ecosystem itself. So I was wondering how we, like not me personally, but maybe like companies who serve the infrastructure can help you to vet projects. And probably like what kind of help? How to get the best one, to get you the best projects on the market.
So what you're asking is what information can you give?
Exactly. My question is very hard.
What information do you need?
Kind of in Web3 space, communities, everything here, like you really need to understand, like, is this project go-to-market strategy okay or not? Is this project have support of followers? Is this project are interesting to the audience? Do you, like, I mean, we do have information. I'm wondering, like, do you need this information for your decision-making process?
Sure.
Or not, or maybe like this is kind of like no, we need just financials. I'm not interested in this stuff.
Definitely, we look at social media. If you don't have both, then you're not going to be successful. One is the tech. Is your tech actually doing what it's supposed to do, and is it structured the right way? Is your tokens and the network structured in the right way with the right token economics? And the second one is marketing. If you're not shouting about what you're doing and you don't have the right community and the right social media channels and you're updating it regularly and so on and so forth, then nobody's going to know that your tech is good, right? And nobody that's going to know that your product or service is good. So it's important to have the right kind of marketing support, and I think having the right marketing companies in the ecosystem is very important. I think there's a lot out there, but not as many like value add or kind of high quality ones, and I think there's a gap there.
Oliver, so you have any comments? Those will be the last ones because the administrator is telling me that this is we time
kicking us out.
Yeah, very shortly here, as I had said. So what we see that most likely marketing companies get or are needed for the launch. So this mostly has to do with the launch pads because they're requiring this organically followers. But most likely it's very difficult. But principle, I think that, I'm coming out of a time when nothing was online. We were writing letters on a typing machine. So I did this, but what I want to say here is you look more in details, because some of the companies who launching their tokens, they have maybe only 500 organic followers, but this is completely enough for this token launch. Instead of having...
But you're talking about engagement too, right? Not just number of followers,
exactly.
but engaged followers.
Yes. And most of the marketing companies who we meet, they're offering you, I can create 100,000, 150,000 followers, and so on and so on. But at the end of the day, if you ask me what is the success is that you have a very detailed knowledge about what you're doing and what you're supporting as a marketing company. So I understand it's very difficult because it's not your business. But you have your two guys sitting, and if you have any questions, then I just would say reach out to us and ask for feedback.